Hi, this is Muhammad Tuhami, and welcome to a new episode of the Midway Simplicity Show, where I invite simple living advocates to share with you a few tips that are not too harsh for your lifestyle and that can help you simplify the five most important aspects of your life, which are time, health, things, finances, and relationships. And today, my very special guest is Beth Dargis of mysimplerlife.com. In her blog, Beth shares awesome insights to help people create a saner, simpler life, as she likes to say. So, welcome, Beth.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Thank you very much. Tell us a little bit about the concept behind mysimplerlife.com and how did you start it?
I started it when I was working full-time and had kids, and things just seemed to be out of control, and so I researched and figured out ways to make my life simpler, and then shared it with other people and quit my full-time job, and now I'm working at home doing this and some other online activities.
Okay. So, do you mean that simplifying your life was an asset or something that helped you quit your job, or?
It helped me with my job, and
Okay.
as I learned more and wanted to share more, I didn't want the job anymore. So
Yeah, yeah. So let's start by having a few tips to help people simplify their time.
sure. I recently did a Simplify Your Lifetime class,
Yeah.
and the most interesting thing we found out was it didn't matter how much people had to do, it was all in their mindset. When people are feeling time pressure, and that's because of what they're saying, I don't have enough time, um, there's too much to do. And when you get into that mindset, things just get worse because you go into fight or flight mode from the stress, and then your mind works even less well. So if you keep a calmer mindset, things actually go smoother and you feel like you have more time.
Yeah, that's interesting. And how to maintain this calm mindset in real life,
Right, in real life, you have to be aware when you start to feel the tension wherever you get it in your head or your stomach. Excuse me.
no problem.
And then you have to kind of talk back to yourself. And is this true that I don't have enough time?
Mm.
Maybe it's true that I have just enough time to get what I need done, and the thoughts that are going through my mind aren't helping any.
Yeah, yeah. So let's move to the health part. What tips do you
Sure.
have for us?
Well, I don't like to do the same exercises every day. I
Yeah.
get I get bored. So what I've done is I have an accordion folder, and in the accordion folder I have exercise routines from online or magazines that I've ripped out, and then I have like an area for cardio or upper body or abs or yoga, and then I can pick one out of there in the daytime, and it just keeps things fresh for me.
Mm. That's a smart idea. So let's move to the things. How to declutter our stuff, organize the things that we own, and so on.
Sure, the biggest thing for that is to have limits. I'm doing my declutter club right now,
Mm.
and they find that if things are like spread all over the house, it's hard to limit them.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to containerize them and have them together, and then say for books, they need to be in the bookshelf, and when they don't fit in the bookshelf, then you know you have too many and it's time to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Same with clothes in the closet. When it no longer fits in the closet, it's time to get rid of them.
Yeah.
You can have a set amount of magazines or set amount of books you're reading. Everything has to have a limit, otherwise it can just overtake us.
Yeah, that's awesome. So your tips so far are very, very simple and doable, I believe.
Yes, that's the point, is to
Yeah,
make things doable.
yeah. So let's move to the most appealing part to many people, which is finances. So how do we simplify our money issues?
Um, the main thing I tell everyone is to make your savings automatic, so that your bank can put money from your checking to your savings automatically every week or every month, however you want to set it up, so you don't have to think about it. Because when the money's not in the account, it doesn't cross your mind to spend it.
Yeah,
But when you say, okay, I'm gonna save my 5% or 10% this week, sometimes it doesn't happen.
yeah,
Actually, a lot of times it doesn't happen because
yeah,
things pop up. Oh, maybe I want to do that, or maybe I
yeah,
want to do this.
yeah. And what if people don't have this automatic payment process from their
If
banks?
if they don't have the automatic payment, then they need to set in their calendar a day to either go to the bank or to do this, preferably the day they get paid.
Yeah,
Um, once the weekend comes or something, the money often disappears.
yeah. Okay, so let's move to the final area, which many people overlook or don't give it much consideration, which is relationships. How to make our relationships more, more intimate and simpler.
Sure. Actually, I have two tips for this, if that's okay.
Great. Yeah, yeah, great.
One is to have a standing date with your friends or your husband. Like I get together to walk with a friend every other week, and another every month we have lunch. And then you don't have to be figuring out days to remember to call and get together. You just, at the end of that date, you make a plan for the next one. And the second is to be honest and authentic.
Yeah,
Things get so complicated when you're trying to have this mask and you're trying to be someone who you're not, or you're trying to get them to like you.
yeah,
If you're more honest and more authentic, things are so much simpler.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's awesome, Beth. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the work you do at your blog and the classes that you have there? mysimplerlife.com, of course.
Sure, I have a declutter club every few months where people get together and declutter, and I'm doing that right now.
Mm-hmm.
In the fall, there'll be a time class, and there's products on my site that are e-courses and e-books if people want to get started right now without a class.
Yeah, and I'm a subscriber to your newsletter, which is very simple and to the point. Like the tips that you shared with us, you share more and more in your newsletter, and it's for free. So I encourage people to even try your free newsletter and get to know more about you, and then maybe they can enroll in one of your classes as well.
Also, if they're interested in decluttering, when you sign up for the newsletter, you get a declutter calendar.
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing.
So every day you have a little spot in your house to declutter.
Yeah. So your approach to decluttering is like one small action or one small decluttering item at a time, right?
Right. Otherwise, people get overwhelmed,
Yeah.
or they try to do too much at once, and then they give up because they get worn out.
Yeah. Well, that's great. It has been a pleasure, Beth, to have you on the call today, and hope to have you again in another show of the Midway Simplicity, another episode of the Midway Simplicity Show.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mohammed.
Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
simplify the 5 most important aspects of your life, which are time, health, things, finances, and relationships. And today my very special guest is Beth Dargis of mysimplerlife.com. In her blog, Beth shares awesome insights to help people create a saner, simpler life. Hi, this is Muhammad, she likes to say. So welcome, Beth.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Thank you very much. Tell us a little bit about the concept behind mysimplerlife.com and how did you start it? So, Hami, and welcome to a new episode of the Midway Simplicity Show, where I invite simple living advocates to share with you a few tips that are not too harsh for your lifestyle and that can help you